What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we'll be solving x and y with complex number equations. Now what you need to understand here, guys, we have two complex numbers in different form. Now we have on the left hand side we have complex numbers in rectangular form, and on our right hand side we have complex numbers in polar form. Now, before we do this, how about you pause this video, try to solve this problem, and let's see if your answer is going to be the same as the one that you're going to get at the end of this video. Now, before I start though, I just like to say thank you very much, guys, for watching, subscribing to the channel, commenting, and not forgetting those who like and share the videos. Alright, guys, so let's start with this problem here. Now, when you look on the left hand side here, we just had to deal with brackets. Remember, you cannot solve for x and y while you have brackets. So we're gonna rewrite this: x plus y plus xi minus yi. So these are x and y, the imaginary numbers. Now when you come to the right hand side, remember we also have the polar form here. So you need to change this polar form into rectangular form. Now the formula that you're going to use is very simple. So as you know that this 8,944 is actually modulus. So you have to multiply with cos 63,436 degrees plus imaginary sine 63,436 degrees. Now this is another notation for polar form, especially when we change this into rectangular. Just in case you don't know much about this, you can go to the description. I've left a video explaining how this formula came about. Now let's continue. On our left hand side, we're just gonna leave it as it is because here everything is simplified at the moment. Now on our right hand side, we just have to multiply by this 8,944 with everything that is inside here. Now if you multiply this 8,944 with this cos 63,436, this is gonna give you 4. Right, now you do the same thing on the next term. This 8,944, you multiply it with this positive I sine 63,436. Now this is gonna give you plus 8 imaginary. So basically this is how you actually change from polar to rectangular. All right, so let's continue. Now what you have to do here, you first check whether everything is linear. So everything is linear. We don't have brackets on both sides, and we don't have I to the power of 2 and above. Everything is fine. Now we can start grouping. Now we're going to start with real numbers. Remember, real numbers are any number or any variable here that doesn't have I next to it. So as you can see, we have this x here, and then we also have this y there. The remaining xi and minus yi, these are imaginary, so you cannot group them under real numbers. So if there is nothing on the left hand side, you go to the right hand side. Now the only one that has imaginary is 8, so we're just gonna put 4 here because this is real number on our right hand side. Now we can call this equation number 1. Now it's time for us to group the imaginary numbers. Right, so when you group the imaginary numbers, also you do the very similar thing we did here. You look on your left hand side, you only take imaginary numbers. As we look at our left hand side here, our imaginary number is xi minus yi. So do not include the i's underneath here. So this is gonna just be x minus the y there, and this is equaling to, because we don't have any imaginary number on the left hand side, it's gonna be equaling to 8. We don't include these i's here, guys. Please do not forget, because this imaginary or im represent imaginary numbers. So this becomes your equation number 2. Right, so you have to make one of these subject of the formula. So if we take equation 2 and make x subject of the formula, we're gonna be left with x is equaling to, we have positive 8, and then we take y to the other side, it's gonna be positive y, and this is going to be equation 3. We can name this one equation 3. So it's time for us to do simultaneous equations. Now you can continue here. Let me just draw a line here to show that we are continuing here. There we go. Now you can say on this, substitute equation 1 into equation 3, or vice versa. Guys, remember equation 3 is derived for equation 2. You cannot substitute equation 2 to equation 3 or vice versa. You can only substitute equation 1, which is standing alone there, to equation 3 or 2. Rather equation 3, because we made x subject of the formula. Now, what you must do is wherever there is x, you substitute with 8 plus y. So we're going to take equation 1. Wherever there is x, we put 8 plus 1. So it's going to be 8 plus y. There we go. And then this is our x. Remember, x is equal to that, plus y. So plus y. And all this is equaling to 4. Remember, this is equation 1. So y plus y, this is going to give us 2 y's. And then if we transpose this 8 to the other side, it's going to be negative 8 plus 4. Now, if we continue here, this is going to be 2y is equaling to negative 4. And then we divide by 2 throughout here. Divide by 2. We know that y is equaling to negative 2. Right. Now it's time for us to find x. Now it's very simple, guys. If you want to find x, let me just create a little bit of space here. There we go. So if you want to find x, we just have to substitute y into 3. Right. So this y here, we substitute to equation 3. Since x is the subject of the formula, we can do that. Or you can just substitute to any of these equations that we have here, 1, 2, and 3. But 3 is convenient. So we know that wherever there is y, we substitute by negative 2. So we know that this y here is going to be negative 2. So x is actually equaling to 6. So that is your two answers. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is how you actually solve this problem. Just in case you didn't understand the grouping part of this video, there is a video where I explain how to do the grouping of imaginary number and real numbers. And again, if this video helps you to understand, do not forget to like and share the videos. And if it so happen there is something that I mentioned or said that doesn't make sense, or the answer that you don't understand here, you can also leave a comment on the comment section. Thank you very much guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, cheers.